Yo, what is going on, you guys? It is Carter from CBH Sports, and welcome back to a brand new uh, video. I really haven't done a video in a while. I was I was I was waiting on the final Razorback report to be unveiled. It was to, uh, today. Arkansas's season ended over a week ago. I'm filming this right now on Monday, June 8th. The season ended on Sunday, May 31st, against number 15 seed Kansas in the Lawrence Regional. Um, but first, let's go ahead and go over the entire season. Um, so to begin the regular season, Arkansas went 3-1 in Arlington, 2-1 at the Shriners Children's College showdown with wins over Oklahoma State and Texas Tech. They lost to TCU in the Saturday game. Then on Monday uh, they they played Tarleton State, so it was a 3-1 weekend in Arlington. Um, then struggles began to occur against mid-major competition. The Razorbacks went 1-1 versus Arkansas uh, State. They lost the opener versus the Red Wolves 13-4. Went 2-1 versus UT versus Texas Arlington. They lost the opener 4-3, and after March 6th until the 8th, they went 2-2 versus Stetson, a team that was supposed to be an NCAA tournament team in the preseason. Um, the Arkansas outscored the Hatters 20-2 the opening two games, but then they lost the last two. Stetson went on to go 23-32, only 13-16 in the Atlantic Sun. Um, March first weekend of conference play, they welcomed Mississippi State to town at the time, a top five team in the nation, but they ended up being the number 14 national seed. Um, and many people thought that Arkansas should have been a national seed over them, but it ended up working out for them because they made it to the Super Regionals. The Bulldogs ended up losing to Georgia. That's beside the point. But Arkansas did win that series on a couple walk-offs. Or it might have just been one walk. I forget now. Um, it was a bad weekend to end March. The Razorbacks went 0-4 from March 27th to the 31st. Getting swept on Coach Norm DeBrian's Hall of Fame weekend. A week after series win against South Carolina, before getting outslugged by Missouri State on the road 15-14 in Springfield. The next weekend, April 2nd through 4th, the Razorbacks lost a crucial series against number 4, against the team that ended up being the number 4 national seed, Auburn. The Tigers season ended in their own super regional for the second consecutive season to Ole Miss, but back in April, Auburn won two out of three versus the Razorbacks, despite Hunter Dietz's best outing of the season up to that point in game 2, and Ryder Helfrich home run in game 2 to secure at least one of the 3 games. They only ended up getting that one game. The next 10 days, Arkansas went on a 6-game winning streak with wins over Little Rock, a sweep of what would end up being number 7 national seed Alabama, a team that has made the Men's College World Series for the first time since 1999, I want to say, and then a series, and then a series opening win against another team that's in Omaha. Number 3 national seed Georgia, the top remaining team in the country. But then in game 2 and game 3 against the Bulldogs, they were out slugged by Georgia 31-17 in games 2 and 3. As in the runs that both teams scored. Then from April 21st to May 16th, the Razorbacks finished the season strong. They avenged an earlier loss to Missouri State in Fayetteville. They won another series at Missouri and finished non-conference play strong with a single win against Northwestern State after game 1 versus the Demons was canceled. Then there, including the Missouri series, they won four SEC series in a row. In May, they beat Ole Miss and Oklahoma, 2 teams that are playing their best baseball right now, and have made it to Omaha as part of the Men's College World Series, and Kentucky, a team that made it all the way to the regional final in Morgantown versus West Virginia. SEC tournament from May 20th through the 24th. Arkansas advanced all the way to the SEC tournament championship game on the back of shortstop Camden Kojal, with wins against Tennessee, number 6 national seed Texas, a team that's in Omaha, and Auburn, before running into the Georgia team that is probably the favorite to win the national championship at this point in the SEC tournament championship. Um, and of course, what I mentioned at the top of this video, May 29th through the 31st, Arkansas season ends in the NCAA Lawrence Regional Final after failing to earn a hosting bid in the regional final against the number 15 seeded Jayhawks. The Jayhawks defeated the Razorbacks by a combined score of 18 to 13 in the combined between the winners bracket game and the regional final. The Razorbacks did beat Missouri State for a second time this season in the regional opener. And after losing to Kansas the first time in the winners bracket game, they beat a Northeastern team that was in the 2021 Fayetteville Regional, but they didn't end up facing off because Northeastern lost both of the games that they played then. So they finally got to face off in the NCAA tournament. And so that's where we are right now. The off season, I plan on filming this video about a week ago, but Arkansas has added three transfer guys. I was planning on making the video before those additions came out. But first, let's talk about the guys that are expected to depart. With Ethan McIlvain, the star closer for the Razorbacks, outfielder Micah New, catcher Ryder Helfrich, a likely top 10 pick in the upcoming MLB draft. Infielder Camden Kojal, right-hand pitcher Gabe Gackle, and redshirt sophomore left-hander Hunter Dietz. Now, Ryder and Camden, I think, are most well known to Razorbacks because they are both key cogs on the team that made it to the 2025 Men's College World Series semifinals. A team that many think should have won it all a year ago, but and Gabe Gackle. Everybody thought Gackle was going to be the ace of the staff, but it turned out that Gackle was just his best as a middle reliever, and McIlvain ended up being fantastic for you. I think as your top transfer out of all the guys that you got, a guy that I believe he had a 7 above a 7 earned run average at Vanderbilt in 2025. he definitely lowered that in Fayetteville, and he will definitely be drafted. Um, I think uh, Hunter Dietz will also be a for sure lock to get selected near the top of that uh, draft. Um, it's a long draft. It's 20 rounds, so there will be more guys that that do get drafted. Um, but we'll get to those names a little bit later. Um, for the latest overslot projections for where they're likely to get picked. Ryder is at number 12. Dietz is at number 20. Gackle's at 49. Kojel's at 81. And now we get into some names that weren't listed on the expected departures. Carson Wiggins, a guy that we did not see pitch this year due to an injury suffered at the end of last April. Um, um, and then Wiggins at 107. McIlvain at 193. Colin Fisher at 334. Another arm. Kuhio Aloy, the designated hitter, at 409. Micah New at 433. And Damian Ruiz, the left fielder, at 466. The big thing for Kuhio Aloy is going to be if you can't play a position in the outfield, MLB teams are less likely to take you in the draft, at least high in the draft. So I think Aloy's commitment to wanting to get better in the outfield will determine his decision on whether he will be back in Fayetteville for another year, somewhere else in college for another year, or within MLB organization. And then now we get into some non-draft eligible expected guys that are going to likely return. Pitchers, Cole Gibblers, Steele Eves, and Jackson Kircher. All of those guys are going to be juniors. They're my age. Redshirt sophomores, also guys that are my age. That Brenton Clark, an outfielder that was injured for the season. I think a big impact guy going into next season. Catcher Carson Willis. And then here's some more big impact pieces that I would expect to be kind of guys that you probably need a lot out of for their sophomore seasons next spring. Utility piece, Carter Rutenbar. We saw some ups and downs with him this season. Same for infielder Carson Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh began the season as the starter at shortstop, but some the bat didn't necessarily work out as well as I think um, they probably wanted it to, as Dave Van Horn wanted it to. Um, and then uh, and then infielder Alexander Peck, a guy that saw limited playing time, but was fantastic when he got in the game. And then Christian Turner, another sophomore, an outfielder that I hit the walk off uh, home run against an Ole Miss team that is in Omaha for this weekend. The last few names I mentioned are going to be sophomores, as are the next few. And the rest of these guys are pitchers or utility guys. Right-handers Mark Brissy and Peyton Lee and Jordan Martin, guys that I think will need to take the next step during summer ball this summer, and fall ball when they return to campus in the fall, and then Ty Briscoe and Luke Cornelison. And then and like I mentioned, the guys that could return, but it's not 100%. And I should have said those names with the guys that I thought would definitely go. When we've already mentioned Damian Ruiz, Kuhio Aloy, and Colin Fisher, but some other potential draft eligible guys that could come back are Reese Robinette, who has been the starter at first the last 2 seasons for the Razorbacks. Nolan Souza, who's dealt with his fair share of injuries, but a good middle infielder for the Razorbacks. Corner infielder TJ Pompey. Pompey started basically the entire season at third for the Razorbacks after transferring from Texas Tech. Pitcher, another pitcher, Tate McGuire. Tate was the normal midweek guy for Van Horn and started a bunch of game 4 settings for the Razorbacks in the SEC tournament and in the NCAA tournament. And James DeCremer, another guy that entered the circle of trust pitching wise for the Razorbacks late in the season. Of 5 guys that are in the transfer portal right now. Only one of these guys really saw action. A lot of, or really 2 guys. The 3 guys that didn't see much action: utility player Tyler Holland, corner infielder Caden Mitchell, left-hand pitcher Jacob Emoto, and then left-hander Joey Lorenzini, and outfielder Landon Schaefer, the Fayetteville uh, uh, high graduate, um, will not um, will not return to Arkansas. Um, and names to note: the upcoming freshmen coming into the program. We have um, uh, outfielder and right-hand pitcher Lincoln Boyle, freshman infielder Spencer Browning, outfielder and right-hand pitcher Ty Burnham, infielder Dylan Cheek, right-hand pitcher Brody Crane, infielder and catcher Tori Fisher, catcher Max Holland, utility player Jaworski Lane Jr., left-hand pitcher Tristan Newberry, outfielder Judah Oda, and left-hand pitcher / outfielder Hunter Rose. When it comes to the transfers, two guys coming from the junior college ranks. Lance Alexander, a right-handed pitcher, and left-handed pitcher Micah Henson. And then from Belmont, Rich Harvey, left-handed pitcher from Belmont. There are multiple visitors that are on campus right now with the baseball program. So as the off season goes, I will keep everybody updated. So I know that was a lot of just reading out like what's going on, but I think it's important because honestly, I didn't do that in my baseball season recap and off season preview video last year. But I'll keep everybody updated. I'll be writing blogs about when these moves are when things are going on. I won't write about any new transfers until they sign their letter of intent. I also forgot to mention that some of these freshman guys that Dave Van Horn has committed may not make it to campus because the freshmen can get drafted as well, and they may get the money that they want, and they say, okay, I'm just gonna go to the MLB. So that of course is a possibility. So likely no true baseball content until after the MLB draft, the middle of July. But anyway, guys, when we get news on the schedule for next baseball season, really anything else, we'll also keep you all updated on that. And yeah, thank you for watching. It's been Carter from CBH Sports, and I'm signing out. Peace.